Hello, everybody. Welcome to historic Hamtramck Stadium, where today we're having our third annual Juneteenth event with some new features. And I welcome you to our beautiful field maintained by the Hamtramck Stadium's grounds crew, who do a job as good as the professionals and mostly as a labor of love. I'm Gary Gillette. I'm the founder and chair of the board of the Friends of Historic Hamtramck Stadium. We're co-sponsors of the event today with the Hamtramck Parks Conservancy. My sidekick here, Tom Habitz, is the executive director of the Conservancy. He'll be speaking shortly. Today we're dedicating our day to Norman Turkey Stearns, Hall of Famer, one of the best sluggers in baseball history. That's all of baseball history, not just the Negro Leagues. And we're going to have a home run derby with local high school ball players competing in his honor for scholarships. We also will have the announcement of the winners of a Turkey Stearns art contest being sponsored by the Friends and by the Turkey Stearns Foundation. And as I said, we're dedicated today to Norman Turkey Stearns and to Coach Ron Teasley, one of two living former Negro League players from the Major Negro League era. I have to correct it to two because, as you know, Willie Mays died yesterday. At this point, I'm going to ask for a moment of silence in honor of the late, great Willie Mays, if not the best ball player ever, certainly one of the top three. Please stop moving around. Please bow your heads in silence in honor of Willie Mays.
Help them raise the flag. Yeah. I don't know when they want to raise it. I'll wave at you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to introduce now Tom Habitz, Executive Director of the Parks Conservancy, and he will hand it off to Representative Scott.
Thank you, Gary. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to beautiful Hamtramck Stadium on the celebratory Juneteenth Day. My name is Tom Habitz. I'm the Executive Director of the Hamtramck Parks Conservancy. It's our pleasure to co-produce today's special event with the Friends of Historic Hamtramck Stadium. We'd like to quickly acknowledge our donors and sponsors of the event today. We're sponsored by DTE Energy, the Colville Trias Foundation, the Friends of Historic Hamtramck Stadium, and the Hamtramck Parks Conservancy. A lot of people came together today to produce a really special event. So we're really looking forward to it. Hope everybody will stick around for as long as they can today. Experience the ball players, experience the joy of getting together in community for this special Juneteenth holiday. We are honored to have a number of distinguished guests today and a special signing ceremony. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our special speaker today, State Representative Helena Scott.
Exciting to see everyone here today. Thank you so much for being here. I'm honored to join you here today for Juneteenth. My name is State Representative Helena Scott, and I serve as representative for the 7th House District. I represent parts of Detroit and Oakland County. Standing here before you today at the historic Hamtramck Stadium is truly a privilege. This is one of the 5 remaining Negro League ballparks, and it holds a special place in history in the hearts of many. This stadium serves as a reminder of the perseverance, talent, triumphs of African Americans, specifically athletes who, despite facing adversity, showcase their extraordinary abilities and left an indelible mark on the world of sports. This stadium was home to the Detroit Wolves and the Detroit Stars, one of the 8 founding teams of the Negro Leagues, which is immediately established as one of the league's best. Today, we gather to celebrate Juneteenth, not only to commemorate emancipation of enslaved African Americans, but also to reflect upon the enduring fight for freedom, equality, and justice. Juneteenth marks the day in 1865 when the last people who were enslaved in Galveston, Texas were informed of their freedom by Union soldiers. A whopping 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed by President Abraham Lincoln, marking the end of slavery. Following the abolition of slavery, African Americans weren't given the same opportunities to achieve their dream. Athletes who played in the major league that were barred due to the color of their skin showcased resilience, skill, and passion for the game that transcended racial barriers. They were not just players, they were pioneers and ambassadors of change. Today, the MLB incorporates statistics of these notable players into their league, showcasing their undeniable talent and history that could have been. when these athletes were shut out of the major leagues, they still found a way to play the game, and they played it well. My great uncle Ron Teasley was one of them. At 97 years old, he was one of the oldest living players on the 1930s and 40s of the Negro League baseball game. And unfortunately, he could not be here with us today. So let the legacy join the legacy of Negro Leagues and Juneteenth in guiding us to show up as our best selves despite barriers, and continuing to fight for better. This day is a powerful liberation, and I'm proud to share that Michigan has taken significant steps to honor both Juneteenth and the Negro Leagues. Last year, my legislation to formally recognize Juneteenth as a state holiday, Public Act 215, was enacted. This legislation not only memorializes a pivotal moment in history, but also reaffirms our commitment to educating future generations about the profound impact of slavery and the long journey towards equality. We cannot afford to forget the history of our country. My Juneteenth legislation and my bill recognizes May 2nd as the Negro Leagues Day, passed into law this year by our governor, GREGORY, ensuring that our history maintains its authenticity and is told for years to come. Working for Negro Leagues Day and Juneteenth to be recognized in Michigan is something that I'm extremely proud of. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, thank you. All right. All right. This is a tribute to trailblazers. Those who strive for equal conditions for Black Americans and those who played on the fields like this one. By recognizing both Juneteenth and the Negro League as state holidays, we acknowledge the contributions and sacrifices African Americans have made in shaping our nation's history. As we stand here in Hamtramck Stadium, I'm reminded of the legends who graced the field, like players like Norman Turkey Stearns and Andy Lefty Cooper and Bruce Petaway, who played with unmatched skill and determination. Their legacy inspires us to continue striving for a society where everyone is judged by their abilities and character and not the color of their skin. These recognitions are not about just the past, they are about our present and our future. They're about educating our children, fostering understanding, and building a more inclusive society. Our work is far from over. As we celebrate today, let us remember the fight and justice continues. I'm pleased to have standing with me today is our esteemed Governor, GREGORY, and also our esteemed Lieutenant Governor, Donald Gilchrist, and also Representative Abraham Ayash, who actually represents this district. All right, and now I will turn it over to our Lieutenant Governor.
This is a beautiful day, everyone. I want to thank Representative Scott for her leadership in making this moment possible. I want to thank all of the volunteers who have worked to preserve this stadium and its history. This is one of the important landmarks in the state of Michigan, and we're proud that the state of Michigan has been able to support this through historic preservation as well. There is no aspect of Black culture or American culture that was not inspired, influenced, invented, or improved by a person or a group of people in Michigan. That is true when it comes to culture and music, when it comes to academia, and when it comes to sport. And this location on which we stand, that was the home of the Detroit Wolves and the Detroit Stars, where countless game changers who changed the game, the trajectory, and the future of baseball and of American sport played on this grass, ran on these sands, hit home runs out of this ballpark, have truly changed the arc of history. And we're proud that they called Michigan home for at least some part of their lives and careers. We also are thankful that those players also have the privilege of gracing the field with Willie Mays. I do want to take a minute to recognize this amazing champion, one of the best athletes to ever walk the face of the earth. And I'm a little bit proud because his people are from the same part of Alabama my people are from. So, but I didn't throw a baseball very fast, so that is what it is.
Good job.
I can't. But today is on Juneteenth, on a day where we celebrate freedom and people's understanding of their freedom, their access to their freedom, the realization that the freedom that was already theirs, that there is no more barrier that stands between them and their possibility and potential. That is what we unlock when we recognize history. So as we celebrate Juneteenth Freedom Day here in Michigan, as we celebrate the history and the foundation that the Negro Leagues played and laid here in Hamtramck, in Greater Detroit, and in the state of Michigan, we recognize that their legacy is the one upon which we stand, that positions all of us to be inspired by them and influenced by them to be our best and our fullest selves, to recognize our full potential, to deliver on the full access of health, to the dream of health and wealth that we all hold dear as human beings, as Americans. And I hope that we all can just take a moment to reflect on this day about what these people, the men, the women who have graced this field, what they have created the conditions for us to be able to achieve. And with that kind of inspiration, I know that we can go so much farther than they could ever ask, think, dream, or imagine. And our role as public servants, all of us standing here, is to work to create those conditions for all of us to exceed our wildest expectations. So thank you so much for being here to recognize this moment and opportunity, this history and the future that we will create together. And now I would like to welcome Governor Gretchen Whitmer to address this amazing historic occasion and to get us on to the legislature.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Thank you, everyone. It's so good to be with you all today. I'm honored to be here at Hamtramck Stadium to celebrate baseball, our national pastime, and Juneteenth, our newest national holiday. Whether it's Little League or Major League, baseball brings people together. And on Juneteenth, we commemorate the end of slavery and unite around values that we all hold dear: freedom, equality, and opportunity. And that's why today I'm going to be signing Representative Helena Scott's bipartisan bill to honor the history of Black baseball players and teams in Michigan. Now, she was tenacious about getting us here. The Lieutenant Governor and I don't spend a lot of time together. We kind of divide and conquer. So the fact that we're both here is a tribute both to why this is so important and also the leadership of Representative Scott. Major League Baseball has a long history, but for too long, only white players were allowed to play in the MLB. So Black players built their own leagues and wrote their own history. Hamtramck Stadium was completed in 1930 and was home field for the Detroit Stars, one of the league's founding members. Today, just 5 original league stadiums still stand, including this one. Legends played here in Hamtramck. Andy Cooper, a southpaw with 120 wins. Turkey Stearns, a 6-time home run leader and recent major, yes. We got family in the house today, so. Recent Major League Hall of Fame inductee who led the team in nearly every batting statistic. And Michigan-born Ron Teasley, one of the league's last surviving players. He shared this field with Willie Mays, may he rest in power, and even number 42 himself, Jackie Robinson. 18 players who played right here in Hamtramck Stadium made it all the way to Cooperstown. So their stories are baseball history. And I'm so proud that this stadium was restored and grateful that the MLB decided to incorporate their achievements into the official record books. I want to thank everyone who is a part of that story, the past and currently keeping it alive today, because those stories matter. Their achievements must count, and we must educate and remind people about it. And that's why we're here today on Juneteenth. Today's legislation will enshrine that here in Michigan. We acknowledge players who made history and honor their memories. Everyone deserves to play, and every story deserves to be told and remembered. So, I'm going to briefly ask Representative Ayash to close us out, and then I'm going to sit down and sign this bill. Representative.
All right, thank you, Governor Whitmer. When I was in middle school, they called me the cleanup hitter. So this is fitting for me. I actually played first base right over there way back when. And I'm incredibly grateful that Representative Scott worked so hard to make sure that we got this done before this year's Juneteenth. As the floor leader, she'd come and bug me every single day. When is this coming up for a vote? When is this coming up for a vote? So that it's happened and that the governor's about to sign it here today, I think is a testament to how hard she works and how much she cares about Detroit and Hamtramck and Michigan's Black history. Juneteenth, as the LG and the governor and Helena mentioned, is a moment for us to really think about all the hope and the horror that America has, but the perseverance and possibility that this country allows if we give the opportunities for that to happen. And this stadium is an example that even when those folks were excluded from the opportunity to play in the big leagues, they decided to create their own and then compete in a way that made the major leagues incredibly jealous. And then you have legends like Jackie Robinson and Turkey Stearns who are etched into the American lexicon of baseball. And that is another story and a testament to how hard our communities will continue to persevere regardless of the obstacles. So this is an exciting day for Hamtramck, it's an exciting day for Detroit and Michigan, and hopefully I can convince the LG to play baseball with me at some point over the summer. I heard those that are taller and lankier may have softer limbs, so we may be able to beat him despite his height. I can't do anything on the basketball court with him, but maybe here we can show him what Hamtramck's all about. So with that, Governor, let's sign this bill.
Thank you. Be careful with the baseball.
Guys, how you doing? All right. You do this all the time, right? You sign legends. You get bills signed for. Okay. Good to see you.
Everyone move 2 steps
All right.
back, please.
Let's come on here.
Too bad. All right.
Amazing.
Here we go, you guys. Look at it.
Over here. Right here at Ivy. 1, 2, 3.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Senator. I mean, Representative. I'm already elevating her. Thank you. And here is the signing pen for you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Representative Helena Scott. Let's give her a hand. All right, good to see you guys. All right, Leslie, did you want me to do something with the second? That is a genius. If you wanted to give it. All right. All right, you should give it to your bill. Wait, give it back to me. Let's give it to Turkey Stearns.
There you go.
Family.
Okay,
Yes, where is the family member of
Family Turkey Stearns right over here.
I'll get you another one, eh? You get all sorts of them.
All right, we're gonna.
Okay, I want to give this to Turkey Stearns. Is she his granddaughter?
All right, granddaughter.
Vanessa.
Can I please have everyone take?
I wanted to
3
give you
steps
one of my
back.
pens.
1, 2, 3. Thank you. All right, everyone, look here.
Okay.
Everyone, please take steps back. Okay, 1, 2. Thank you. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Everyone else? Thank you, guys. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
How you guys doing? You gonna get out there and play today? That's right. All right. You got a game today? All right. Awesome. Get some plays, guys. Let's go. Get them. Go get them. Let's go. Get some plays. Go get them.
Wish you have She's got to get out of here.
She got it. Want to get a picture?
All right, folks, thank you very much for participating. It is my pleasure right now to introduce Vanessa Ivy Rose, granddaughter of the great Turkey Stearns. She is an author. She's the host of the acclaimed podcast, Reclaim the Forgotten League at ABC News. And she is a member of the Negro Leagues Family Alliance, a newly formed organization that is lobbying on behalf of Negro Leagues families. Very, very important thing. I'm going to turn the mic over to Vanessa, who will speak for a few minutes.
Thank you all so much, and thank you all for being here, especially on behalf of my family. My grandfather, Norman Turkey Stearns, my aunt, Rosalind Stearns Brown, my mother, Joyce Stearns Thompson, my sister, Karen Stearns, and also my brothers, Kerry Stearns and Gary Stearns. On behalf of the Negro Leagues Family Alliance, we would like to thank Representative Scott for her major effort to officially make May 2nd Negro Leagues Day in Michigan. We know she has a special connection to the Negro Leagues through the amazing Teasley family, and especially her uncle, who is a personal hero of mine, and one of our living Negro Leagues legends in the Alliance. We are tremendously grateful for her advocacy, as the Alliance hopes to one day have every Major League Baseball team recognize Negro Leagues Day on May 2nd. Thank you to Representative Scott for being an example of what's possible through hard work and dedication. This is a great time for the game of baseball, with MLB's official record now including the stats of Negro Leagues ancestors, Josh Gibson, Buck Leonard, and my grandfather, Turkey Stearns, who are now on the top 10 leaderboard for multiple all-time categories. Yes, come on, please. Give it up so they can hear us. That's pretty good. Some of the surviving players will now receive pensions, and the Rick Whitfield game in Birmingham tomorrow will celebrate the greatness of the Negro Leagues. It's also a sad time for the baseball world with the passing of Willie Mays, who started his MLB career at Rick Whitfield 75 years ago. This illustrates the power of knowing and celebrating the Negro Leagues in a timely manner. To Governor Whitmer, who we know had to leave, and Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist, we also want to thank them for honoring our Negro Leagues legends. Their support of Negro Leagues Day is one of many examples of their commitment to courageously challenging us all to be the best versions of ourselves and to being a united community where every human being is respected and celebrated. Their leadership efforts have always been commendable, and they are much needed during this time. So I have to thank them for being exactly who they are. To Representative Scott, Governor Whitmer, Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist, Representative Ayash, we love you and we thank you all so much. Also, thank you to every single person here for your continued support of the Negro Leagues in Hamtramck Stadium. Thank you so much, and happy Juneteenth.
Okay, at this time, we'd ask everyone to please rise. Direct your attention to left field. We have students from Hamtramck High School who are going to raise the flag. And as we do so, we're going to invite our special guests to sing the Star Spangled Banner. Daughters of Turkey Stearns, Joyce Stearns Thompson, and Rosalind Stearns Brown.
Just to know, Joyce and Rob are just back from an engagement at Carnegie Hall in New York with their chorus. So, and they just got in after midnight this morning, right? So, okay, so we're going to turn it over to them. First, the singing of the Star Spangled Banner, and then the incomparably better song that every voice can sing.
With the harmonies Sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Folks, I just wanted to add a note about Ron Teasley Sr. Ron is in the hospital, but I'm assured by his daughter Lydia, who is in Birmingham now, that while he could not attend the Birmingham Rickwood game and he could not attend our event, he sends his best wishes, and this is just under the weather, nothing serious. We're all shocked by Willie Mays' passing, so I wanted to check with Lydia this morning before that to make sure I knew. At this point, we're going to do acknowledgments to the many, many people who are sponsors and who have helped us out. I'll let my partner here, Tom Habitz.
I'll try not to go too long. We're all ready for some baseball, but we do have a lot of really important people who have come together to put this day on today. I mentioned our sponsors earlier: DTE Foundation, Coville Trias Foundation, Turkey Stearns Foundation, Hamtramck Parks Conservancy, and Friends of Historic Hamtramck Stadium. This field is immaculately maintained by the Hamtramck Stadium grounds crew, which puts in thousands and thousands of hours collectively across the season. So I'd like everyone to please give them a hearty round of applause. Tom and Dan and Kurt and Roy, job well done, fellas. Thank you to all the volunteers who are out here today from a variety of organizations, folks who pitched in from the city, our respective boards. I can't list all the names, but people have come through in a lot of different ways, and we're looking forward to bigger and better events every year. Juneteenth is, we're celebrating in the highest possible glory that we can. So enjoy the rest of the day. As soon as we're ready to begin the home run derby, I'm going to introduce